Good evening, Wastelanders. I can't do that nearly as well as Phoenix can, but welcome to our little impromptu Fall of Man podcast. I am joined by the Merchant yet again, except this time we're not playing games, we're just talking about our past experiences in the Wasteland. But that's not all. I also have my friend here, Captain America, who is actually in the same room as me. Feel free to say what you want.
Oh, sure. Thank you very much. Hey, Wastelanders. This is Captain America speaking. It is great once more, especially to be on this podcast with the Merchant, of course.
Well, it's good to have you guys. We might actually be joined in by some other friends of ours in a little while. And like I said, this is very impromptu, and what we're going to be doing basically is reminiscing about our past experiences in the Wasteland, namely, talking about them in the context of Airsoft, and going to an event called Revelations and Fertile Crescent in Chesapeake, Virginia. Merchant and I have been doing this for going on 8 years in terms of actual play time. Yep. And then I think Cap has been going maybe a year, 1 year less, maybe 2.
Yeah, on average, at least probably about 2 years less.
Yeah. And this is counting both events. So Fertile Crescent happening during the summer and Revelations happened during the winter. Of course, because of the current pandemic, the real apocalypse, the events for this year have basically been canceled. But instead, this year, a bunch of us are going to get together at one of our friends' houses, who may or may not be joining, and is the person I mentioned earlier when I introduced this little impromptu podcast. That is the Phoenix. If you've watched the Wasteland 3 streams with Merchant and I, we've used him as one of the characters. And yeah, he might be joining us. I just gotta get him to actually use Discord for once in his life.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, okay. Oh wow, those are old. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I'll be showing those pictures in a little bit. For now, you're just gonna have to look at a standby screen. Yeah. Revelations 4 was when Merchant and I first started. And in fact, Merchant here is the one that got me into not only this whole apocalypse wastelander kind of thing, and in a sense LARPing, but also Airsoft. And that event was my trial by fire. It was my first ever Airsoft game, my first ever post-apocalyptic event, and I'd say that was probably a great first impression. It's not for everybody, though. Some people have done it for their first ever experience and come out of it not really being fans of the sport and not really being fans of that kind of event. But we've had other events similar to these two that are actually a bit more survival-oriented, that being the Omega Productions events. And in those, we've met guys who it's their first ever doing any of that stuff, and they ended up being huge fans and are actually planning on not only going to more Omega events, but also going to going to the Balahack events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Real quick, Merchant. So, I don't think it recorded any of that.
You gotta be kidding me.
So, yeah, I'm gonna check real quick.
Oh Lord, how art thou? Let me figure out this.
Okay, so it's picking up Andy in the background, but it's not picking up you at all. I don't know, that makes no sense. I've never had this problem before.
Oh no!
Yeah, it says it's picking up wired headset.
Oh,
Let me...
okay. No, so for some reason... So it's picking up Andy in the background, but it's not picking up you at all. Okay, so yeah. It is picking you up. Say something right now.
Penis.
That's like the first thing people are gonna hear you say. Oh my god. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. Apparently, the audio output capture defaulted to the wrong thing. So I've fixed it. But so yeah, you got like bits and pieces of what we were talking about through me, and we were talking about how there was another event that we went to called Omega Productions Events, and the type of person that we met there was what Merchant was explaining. So feel free to explain again.
Alright, take two from the top. Yeah, there was a kid that was pretty young. He was there with his dad, and it was his first time playing airsoft, first time camping, first time like doing like a LARPing event.
Yeah.
And that's like throwing your kid into hardcore survival mode, which
Yeah.
I mean, he had a blast, but he just he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go and attack one of the campsites," and we're like,
By
okay.
himself.
And we're like, "Okay." It was late in the day. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go attack a campsite." We're like, "Yeah, go for it." And he came back. He's like, "Oh, I just squad wiped all of them."
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, "Damn!" So that was It's I was going into the reason why I like the Wasteland events is because I've done a lot of Team A versus Team B objective based stuff, and while they're fun, they're like after you've been to a couple events, it's like the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
So these are like you can pretty much make up your own story. You can be your own character. You put in as much effort as you want into it, or as little as you want.
Yep. Yeah. Real quick,
hopefully
just
captured that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it captured that. And I'm gonna do a real quick reintroduction of the two of y'all just because I don't think it picked that up.
Poop.
Yeah. So, as you know, I'm the overseer. We're doing a little impromptu podcast. We're going to talk about our experiences out in the wasteland, and I'm joined by my partner in crime of the Circuits of Value, and
hello.
My host, I guess, for the Wasteland 3 gameplay, the Merchant. And then, sitting in the room with me, I've got my friend Captain America here.
Hello, Wastelanders!
And he and I have been friends for a very long time. Longer than Merchant and I, so...
Exactly.
But yeah, so we're going to be talking about, like I said before, about these events that we've been to, the Revelations, Fertile Crescent, Omega Productions, and whatever else. We've attempted one on our own, in fact, called The Fall of
yes.
Man, of all things.
Yes.
It could have gone better.
Yes. It could have gone a lot better.
There was some issues with logistics and some people, I guess,
Personnel.
not having their heart in it. I hope one day we get a second chance, but we'll have to wait and see. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I started, Merchant and I started Revelations 4, as I probably mentioned. And he responded, but none of you heard.
Yeah, I said humble beginnings. We were a very small setup then, and we were really only there for Saturday because it was exam week at Radford.
Yeah, so we were in college at the time,
and part of our backstory.
we were, yeah, it's part of our backstory, as a matter of fact, and we were on our way. Or we had enough time to take a break so that we could go to this event, and then we had to go right back to school because exams were like the next week.
Unfortunately.
And then other years, it was exams were the same week, and if we were lucky, we'd have exams done before before the Friday that we would be going down. And then Merchant
Which
would
was perfect.
either stay at my place or stay at Phoenix's place, and we'd all go to the event. Well, we'd camp at the event Friday and Saturday if we could, but
Yeah, it's usually part of the event. We'll have a big old bonfire and set up and get everything ready and just kind of shoot the shit with each other, and it's good old times.
Yep. And for the Omega events, you're going to be on that field the entire time. Like once they put you out there, you're there for the rest of the weekend. But that's different from like Rev and stuff. Rev is very much you're just going to camp out the night before because it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is you can't necessarily drink.
You can't get caught drinking.
Yeah.
That's the one that you can't get caught drinking. Aha.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we should go into the backstory a little bit about like what brought us to the first Revelations we went to, Revelations 4.
Sure. I mean, I can kick it off with me bringing you kind of into the fold of everything.
Yeah.
So I'll go off real quick. So I heard about Battlehack, this big airsoft field down in Chesapeake. I went there after high school, and I was like, oh man, awesome. So I heard they were doing some sort of apocalyptic event. This is I heard about it for Rev 3. I could not go to it because exam week was the same week, and I could not take off for it, obviously. So the following year, I'm like, okay, I got some time. I would go out and try to build like a little outfit. I was looking up, what I could, watching a whole bunch of Mad Max, and at the same time while in college collecting bottle caps. And I didn't tell anybody why. So
And then I asked.
And Trevor, yeah, like Trevor and Frank were good friends of mine at the time, and you'll see some photos of them. And Trevor finally asked me, he's like, dude, what is up with the fucking bottle caps? I was like, all right, man, I'm in love with you. It's not because I think they're cool, but the real reason is that I'm like, hey, there's a post-apocalyptic airsoft game in Chesapeake, and I want to go to it, and they use that as currency. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna not be my friend anymore because I'm a big. I played my hand. I'm a huge fucking nerd. And Trevor's like, that sounds fucking awesome.
Basically.
Yeah, same with Frank. So I told them about that, and they were like, yo, we need to go down for that. So thankfully for Rev 4, we were lucky. I think our exam week was the following weekend. So we could go down there for Saturday at least. We had to drive back Sunday, I think, because I think I had something, or we just couldn't have. Yeah, something happened. So we were only there for Saturday, and that's kind of where we got our feet wet in the whole event. And you guys can fill in what you guys thought or. Whatever.
Well, I think Cap didn't start until Rev 5.
Yes, I did not start till Rev 5.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So Rev 4,
We
in
really didn't
fact,
do too much for 4.
we didn't, though one of the most memorable things, other than the fact that that's when we founded the Circus of Value,
True.
was the Battle of Sanctuary.
No, wait, that was 5.
Was that 5?
That was
Okay, yeah, that was
Yeah,
5.
that was 5.
That was 5.
4 for pretty much us.
What was the big...
And you for 4, the only thing we really did is we set up at the edge of town and just sold shit. And then we also did part of our backstory, because again, for these events, you can make up your own backstory, you can make up your own objectives. Our secondary objective was we're out of gas. So I had a 5-gallon plastic, like, it looked like a jerry can. I made it look like metal.
Yeah.
And we would carry that around and have people protect us, and we'd pay them caps, and we would pretend to siphon gasoline from the cars that were already on the field. So that was part of like our secondary objective, is sell as much junk as we can, get as much resources as we can so we can get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And we were able to do both of them, but 4, we really didn't do too much because again, we were only there for a day. We really didn't know anybody, and this was our first like non-team versus team game.
Yeah.
So I don't know I think Trevor, you went off and did something with Frank, or you had your own objectives, you were doing something else. But again, my memory's hazy because this was 2000 and let's see, we're in college, 2013. So it was like almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rev 4 was kind of just a hopping off point. I had such a great time. After that, I'm like, all right, I need to start getting ready for Rev 5.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, I need to start building some armor. I need to start building some, characters, some backstory, and like actually, getting in the game.
Yep. And speaking of armor, we actually have some pictures from back then. I got one of me. At this point, I don't care if people know what I look like, so. And if I start doing like more airsofty stuff, it's not gonna matter anyways. Alright. So, as the image you see before you is our man the merchant. Holding up a Nuka-Cola Quantum bottle. It's the one you sent me in Discord.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It's loading in slowly.
Yeah. And yeah, he's like, "Hey, buy our Quantum," And this is Revelations 4. Talk a little bit about the armor and what the idea behind it and stuff was.
Let me open up that picture real quick. Let me go back.
Yeah.
For my or your armor?
Yours.
Okay, so, all right. So for Rev 4, I didn't have any armor because again, it was my first jumping off point. Rev 5, I'm like, okay, I want to try to make my own. So, where we lived in our apartment, we were near a river, and there was always stuff that washed up there. So I ended up finding some floor mats and some like a piece of a tire, an inner tube, and because again, I was, we're broke college kids. I don't have money to make armor or go like do anything crazy. So to buy armor. So I pretty much made that from straps I found at Walmart, floor mats, and an inner tube, and I think staples and a whole bunch of hot glue. There was also a surplus store near our house, so I picked up those pouches. My idea for it, my inspiration was in World War One. They had the lobster style armor.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of trying to go for. Yeah, it looks like
the paneled kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. The problem was the way it stuck out because I didn't have a lot of tools. It was kind of hard to move in. It looked the part, but it was still kind of bulky. So again, this is kind of my first me trying to jump into armor. The gloves are some like military surplus stuff, and I glued the caps on to make them look like knuckle dusters.
Yeah.
They didn't stay on because as soon as I tried to reach into my pocket to grab my wallet, like the bottle caps popped off. But
yeah, it didn't take long.
Yeah, I think on my right shoulder is a Shaw that I actually still have and is on my armor set. So even if I do get new armor, I'll usually have bits and pieces from the original. So I still have that Shaw. I still have that one of the inner tube pieces that's part of the I think the back panel of my current one.
Yeah.
Some like old knee pads I think are on the left. No, it was part of an inner tube and bottle caps. And
Is this the same event you got the soul?
Yes. I think it was Rev 4 or 5.
Oh, Hard Hat is here. Hard Hat is watching the stream. Hello, Hard Hat.
Oh, nice. Hey, Hard Hat.
It's a friend of ours.
We're just talking about our armor set, so that was kind of what kind of piecing it together, and yeah, it's kind of not the most professionally made, but it was fun to do. Of like, that was my challenge. Is like, I'm gonna go into the woods and I'm gonna try to craft an armor and a weapon out of just stuff I find.
Yeah.
So I made that, and then I also made the locomotive, which I don't have a picture of, which is a boat oar, which I found. I melted the paddle off and put railroad spikes, because near that river was a railroad track, and there was just a bunch of railroad spikes.
Yeah, that thing's an actual weapon.
Yeah,
like,
I still have
you can potentially cave someone's head in with that thing.
But I just like it how, like, because again, it's college and everyone's out, drinking, partying. Trevor and I were really never the type. I regret not doing more of it, but I would just
do you though?
Just hang out. I honestly no. You remember that frat party we went to where it was like the sweaty basement?
Yeah.
It was like,
it's funny. We went to the same party, but at different years.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
And
we had been in the same basement, but just years apart.
Yeah, and it was the same experience. We were like, "Why are we here? It's gross."
Why are we here? Why are we born to suffer?
Yeah, are we just here to suffer?
Are we just here to suffer? So that's kind of the kind of my mindset for that first piece of armor. And I'll see if I can dig through and find the other sets. But Trevor, go ahead Overseer or
Captain.
Captain on your kind of first build, your first armor.
So
build.
I actually do have a picture of both of our first builds.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
See that?
So
I like how I like how Captain's sunglasses
yeah,
are like barely on.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, his face pro is also coming off. It looks like.
Trust me.
And I'm trying to look super serious for the picture instead of just like having fun with it. So yeah, real quick, do you want to talk about yours?
Sure, definitely.
So,
oh man, God,
give a little backstory, gun included. Like, what'd you do?
Yes. Okay. All right. Since Revelation 5 was my first rev ever, well,
this is after Trevor and I come home and gush to like Andy's like, "Yo, you need to come to this."
Yes. You must come to this event. And of course,
I didn't think you'd like it.
I wasn't sure either.
Yeah, because I wasn't quite sure of this stuff, and I was actually getting used to it. Like, I've done airsoft before, but this is backyard airsoft. But going on to a huge event like this, sure.
Yeah.
And actually the night before, I told the overseer, all right, I'm not going to have any armor on. Get the shotgun and shoot right at my chest.
Oh yeah, so I got another picture here. I was using a spring shotgun that we had painted to look all Voltec. And
yeah. That was a fun little project.
Yeah. It was during the Battle of Sanctuary that it broke. But that's
of all the time.
Yeah, I'll tell that story in a little while.
You're good.
But yeah, so we're at my place. It was like the night before or something. We're working on getting his gun all like, looking wasteland and stuff. And we go out back and he's like, shoot me. I'm like, what?
Shoot me in the chest.
But why? And he's like, shoot me. I'm not wearing any armor. I just want to see what it's like. And I was like, okay. It was fine. I mean, we took some steps away and did it from further away and stuff like that.
Exactly. And then
he wore iPro, don't worry.
Yes, of course. We were safe. We're not being idiots.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, don't aim for the face. Don't aim for the eyeball. Come on, you already know it's dangerous.
Yeah. But so yeah, he just ran with the standard chest rig, just no pouches and stuff like that, and I think it was a backpack, right? You had a
Yep.
your camera backpack.
Yep, I have my army backpack.
Yep.
Got it right there.
So, but since then, and I don't have any pictures of his more recent setups, he's changed it a little bit. Do you want to explain a little bit about that?
Oh yeah,
About what your current setup was?
I mean, for my current setup, like, it's what a total newbie would do. I'll get anything civilian-like, rip it up, toss it in mud, anything. And even my gun was something a newbie would get. And I mean, on the downside.
Well,
I mean,
AKs
this
are
is
nice.
bad.
It's an Echo
AKs
Force.
are nice.
It's a double eagle AK-47.
Oh, was that Double Eagle?
Yes, that was.
Okay, you did end up getting an Echo 1, though.
Oh,
Double
yes.
the Eagles, double the firepower.
Hey, even though the double eagle was not very good, but it was a pretty good experience, especially going on with the Battle of Sanctuary.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But
So
going on from the development, like, I definitely understood more. I definitely upgraded, especially on my new armor, and I was happy for that. And especially raid.
oh yeah, yeah. So I think your newer kit is similar. It's like a biker armor, one of those zip up style,
Oh,
but you've
yeah.
added other elements
Yes, it
to
is.
it.
That is correct.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember from Fertile, there's a good video of Andy just coming out of the woods, and it's that like
Yeah.
motorcycle armor,
Coming out of the woods.
which. I mean, no, it's literally just like emerge from the woods, and you just have this like power walk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You were on the warpath, but it's just funny that you just like emerge from the fucking tree line.
It's like,
killing people.
It's like there's a scene in the SCP Overlord where they like emerge from the woods and they're all tacked out and stuff. It's kind of like that. But yeah, so mine, it actually started out as essentially merchants. I got a lot of things from merchant, including that shotgun at the very beginning.
Hey, it's what I do.
Yeah. So
You got it at a fair price.
free. The price of free.
The price was right.
The price of friendship.
The price of free.
The price of dealing with my dumb jokes.
That
was
is
the
true.
price you had to pay.
We were
Price of
living
dealing
together
with
at
the
that point too, so
That's true. We were roommates.
yeah,
And they were
Um,
roommates.
yeah, because that's our apartment.
Oh yeah, in the background. Oh, that's right. You're referring to the picture of that from earlier.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a standard like DEFCON like police vest basically. And
Yeah, it's something you could probably pick up. Like you just pick up. Yeah, you're in the wasteland. You pick up some soft body armor.
yeah, and I actually my newer kit, which I'll have to find a picture of. So I've got two other kits. I've got one that is basically this piece of body armor, the one that's on the screen, started kind of falling apart. The straps were coming loose, and the Velcro wasn't as good anymore. And I had actually already modified it to some degree. I added some shoulder license plates, like you do, and stuff like that. The caps that are on there that kind of give it that like uniform look came off. So I just started putting patches there. And then I threw on a bandolier
I'll
and
be
some
right
stuff.
back. I'm gonna check and see if the package arrived.
Okay. The package. The package. What package is this? Oh, I do have some. So, yeah, it started falling apart, and I decided to kind of make a new kit. So I went out and I bought another one. I painted it with some spray paint, multiple layers. and then I added various elements to it. And then I think Rev 6 or one of the Fertile Crescents, some guys came up to the Circuit of Value, and they sold us some like makeshift body armor they had, and one of them was like a Voltec one. And I bought that one. It had a metal plate for the front that had Voltec stuff, and then a backpack on the back. And I separated them, and then I put the plate on my back, and basically drilled a hole through my DEFCON vest so that I could mount it on permanently. Because at first I just had some straps holding up the thing, and it just was not going to work. So I decided to mount it on. I can find a picture to give you an idea. And now I'm actually changing things up some more. I'm painting the panel, so I'm getting away from doing the Fallout stuff and trying to go for the more original Fall of Man stuff. And I have been working on redoing the paint job. I'm currently not satisfied though, but I'm going like with army government colors. But yeah, I was just talking about my armor, my current setup, and how much it's changed from the past and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's part of the fun of like developing like a set of armor, working on it, and you're like, okay, that worked, or I need to work on this and that.
Yeah. Do you have any of the more recent pictures of me?
Let me check my
I mean, I could just go to my
stash.
Facebook, but
like from what, Rev 9?
I mean, yeah, that works.
I don't know. Let me see if I have any.
I'm actually just gonna look through my profile pictures.
Yeah.
Because I've got some good profile pictures.
Me being a big dum-dum, for Rev 6, I actually did not have armor because I forgot to bring it.
Oh yeah.
I was working on it the night before. It was similar to what I wore for Rev 5. I cut some of the sides down so I could move easier in it. Changed it up a little bit, but I was working on it. I had everything packed, and I had like a big rolling bin. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put my armor on top of it, and I'm just gonna roll out. And I forgot to do that, and I was halfway to Virginia Beach, and I'm like, wait a second.
Hold on.
Fuck. When I pulled over to get some gas, I looked in the back. I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So thankfully I had some other stuff to kind of piece together, like a belt and some other stuff.
Yeah.
And I made it work. There's a really good, this is my favorite Rev picture is Rev's, one of my favorites is Rev 6. And I'll post in the chat. It's me holding up the bamboozler with Trevor giving me like,
explain the bamboozler.
So the bamboozler is a toy gun, it's a green noise-making gun that someone sold me, and I thought it was the funniest shit ever. And I bought it, and then I would go, like, we would be getting in a gunfight, and I would just pull that out and just start, like, quote-unquote shooting at people.
Yeah.
The Revs thought it were funny, and they were, like, oh, can we borrow that? So let me see if I can find that picture real quick. And I still have that gun, and I refuse to sell it because I think it's just fun to dick around with because it's just a noisemaker.
Oh, totally.
It doesn't do anything. But it makes the sound when you pull the trigger, and if you cock the slide back, it'll do the chick.
Yeah.
So I just think it's fun.
And it just goes pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, pew pew pew. And yes, I'm a grown child, so I don't.
I did find a updated version of what Cap has, and that is on screen right now.
Yeah, there it is.
So
Bring that up.
throwing up some of. I mostly just got pictures of me right now. And one of these pictures y'all will recognize from the Wasteland streams because it's the profile picture I've been using for my character. And this is the one on screen right now. And now it's gone. Replaced by another.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, here it is. the pinnacle of Rev is goofy. Not I would say goofy shit, but there's a lot of fun moments. Let me try
Yeah.
that in there. There we go. So for Rev 6 again, I forgot my fucking armor and I felt like a big dummy, but I made it work because I had this like cloak that I got. I think I bought it for like 10 caps off of someone, and I just threw my belt on over it and it worked fine.
Yeah. I do have a picture of your, I think it's Rev 4. You had the AK chest rig with the gloves that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it was my it was my first kit, for Rev 4, because again, I'm a broke college kid. I didn't even know if I could go to the event. So I had the old Chicom rig, the old like 3-cell AK bandolier. I think this is the one where I attached 2 canteens to the side, I think through a belt. And yeah, I was just wearing like like an army jacket and some jeans. And I sewed a hood onto it, and that's about the extent. And if you coming
God.
of age, this is one of the few times at Balhack I was able to wear mesh goggles.
Yes. Yeah, they don't let you do that normally.
Yes.
Nope.
We kind of got away with it. Don't tell anyone.
They do not take too kindly to it.
Yeah.
I
did find the bamboozler photo.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And the dude with the shotgun coming up behind.
Yeah, he didn't actually shoot us, but just like he just has this face of like he's gonna fucking murder me.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks like he hates you, Merchant.
Whoop.
He's like, you're going to die.
Well, uh-oh. We lost him.
No.
We lost him.
We lost the Merchant.
Oh, see. Hold on. I don't remember how to... Okay, there you are.
There he is.
There you go.
I don't know why I dropped out.
That was weird.
Yeah. Well, I'm back in it, but I don't know if you want to move on to either Rev 7 or an interesting, like a topic you were wanted to talk about.
I got so many pictures now. I don't know if you're seeing the stream or not. But I think I got a picture of me from 9 where I'm like healing a dude. Because I've got my laser RCW Thompson, which a friend of mine who shares my name, oddly enough, helped me create. I basically gave him some pictures of the New Vegas gun, and I was like, hey, this is kind of what I want. Here are some of the parts that I have that can make it happen. I was like, here's a G36 rail. That's pretty much all I had. And then he went on and modified it. I can probably find pictures of it specifically, too. And if you're following my Twitter, CMDR_overseer at twitter.com, I do have pictures somewhere in there of the Thompson, of the RCW. Mind you, most of the time I'm posting weeb stuff on that Twitter account.
You weeb. Just kidding. We love you. Oh, here's a good one from you at Rev 6. I'm gonna put that in the chat.
Yeah, pop it in the group if you can.
Yeah, put it in Discord, but I'll pop it into the Facebook chat.
Okay.
That's actually that's a pretty good one.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's okay. That's Rev 6. So I had taped on the 109 because my story is basically that I am the new story because I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to kind of get away from the Fallout stuff. Is that I'm part of a government shelter system. I managed to get in because my friend Captain knew some people in the military that allowed me in.
Exactly.
And eventually some stuff happens and I get kicked out.
Yes. True.
And
Yes.
I get kicked out, and they gave me basically that basic bitch armor I have at the very beginning with the shotgun, and then I make my way part on car, part on foot, all the way up to the university, and I find Merchant and Frank, and the university is like being controlled tyrannically by the president of the school, so they're apparently imprisoned.
Based on a true story.
Based on a true story. So
the students wanted a parking garage, and we got another soccer field.
Yeah, basically.
Gee, thank you. Yeah.
So
thank you.
in the lore, she was punishing them for something. You can explain that in a little bit. And I show up and I help like this resistance force kind of get in and like start a ruckus, and in the meantime I end up finding them, and I'm like, I know you.
I know you too. We're roommates.
Yeah, and then we end up escaping together, and we manage to get his car going, and then we drive our way back down. And on the way there, we break down. And that's why we end up having to look for oil or for gas while we're at the first Revelations 4. So if you want to go into what happened on your end of the story.
Sure. So kind of how it all kicked off was, the bombs fell when Trevor and I were back in college. What was it?
They fell during the events of Rev 1, technically. So there's a gap.
Yeah, but since we didn't go, I guess during the time before we go is like Rev 1 through 3. So, we're surviving at the college because the bombs fell.
I managed to leave.
The president at the time pretty much locks it down and says, "Oh, you've got student debts. Time to pay them off." So we essentially all become indentured servants against our will. So Frank and I become scavengers. There's some photos of him. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to come since 4. But so him and I become scavengers. We go off and scavenge Richmond with the group. The group gets attacked, ambushed. Him and I flee. We come back to Radford. They think we're, deserters, or they think we were, part of it. So they blame us for it. That's when we get jailed. That's when Trevor breaks us out. And the reason we're going to Virginia Beach is because I knew that the Brotherhood of Steel, aka I guess what's left of the military, was held up at Little Creek, which is a joint naval base down in Virginia Beach. So I figured that's our best bet.
Although I don't know if we're gonna keep calling them the Brotherhood. If we're
sorry, it was probably, I'll just say like remnants of the military. It's a big joint.
I mean, there might be enough nerds in there that they'd call themselves that.
So I was kind of banking on us being able to get in there because my dad at the time was in the Navy and worked in the area. So I was like, oh, we need to go down to Little Creek, and that's kind of our why we broke down in the area, why we're trying to get into the military base is why we're in Chesapeake.
Yep.
That's kind of 4 was just kind of a race against time and just trying to survive. After that, it was us establishing ourselves as a merchant group and also trying to kind of mend the area while also interacting with some pretty nefarious characters that end up being our immediate friend group.
Yes. So
dealing with drug dealers.
I would love
traders,
for them to join us, some of these guys, to give their side of the story and stuff. But like I said,
because 4 we didn't
slow.
Really meet anybody because we left. I think it was 5 when I met Warlord, and I think when I met Phoenix. I think it was at 5. I know I met Warlord at 5 because him and I were talking. You and I were talking about one of the refs, and then Warlord joined in because he was like, "Oh yeah, that guy's a dick."
Yeah.
That's kind of the
Yeah,
basis of
so
what happened from how it got
Warlord,
started.
we had met kind of, sort of, during the event, but we didn't really know him. And, I ended up
I think he said
meeting
he popped
him.
some shots at us.
Yeah. I ended up meeting him again at a non-apocalypse event. And
Oh,
we
you did?
were chatting with each other on, like, we were on a stream. It was at, one of the BB Wars events by GI.
Oh yeah,
You were there.
GI BB War campaign.
Yeah, you were
That
there.
Oh yes, that was.
It was the
hell
one
of
at your old field.
Uh,
Oh
Augusta?
God!
Yes.
Augusta, yes.
That's the one. So we were along the stream. There's a little walkway bridge, and then Warlord and I were sitting down because we were like, it's hot. So we're just relaxing, and we start talking about stuff, and then we kind of talk about Revelations and stuff, and that's basically how things kicked off with him and I, and ever since then we've been pretty good friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We still talking a regular.
Yeah. Yep.
I was actually chatting with him on the way home from work today.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I probably should chat with him more. And he is amazing. You gotta find pictures of him, and I mean recent pictures.
Of Warlord or
Of Warlord. Because
I just found one from him from 6. I'm putting it in the Facebook
because
group.
he was he made this crazy costume which basically gave him his name, and it's like this big chest piece with saws on it and everything.
Exactly.
And yeah, basically it was so noticeable that the field owner got like photos, like official photos done of it. On screen right now is Warlord in one of his older kits back when he was first getting started, I want to say. But if I can find the war armor,
I'm looking for it too.
Yeah.
The one of the ones I use in the for Wasteland 3 is a scavenger kit. It's not his
Yeah.
Warlord armor.
so we've
That's what
got
I'm
the
trying to find
scav
out.
kit, which is now on
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
by
trying-
the way,
I'm trying to-
Warlord and Scotty, another friend of ours, they actually stream on Instagram, and they talk about crafting and stuff like that. So feel free to check them out. I think it's, what is it, Rev Scotty and
I think, except I'm not on Instagram, so I'm not sure.
yeah. Hold on, I can look it up.
And people do seem to get into it. Recently, our gripe's been that people come to the event and they're like just in modern kit, like any
Yeah.
other weekend.
Yes.
So that's we're not saying, oh, you have to come in this like very theatrical Wasteland outfit, but it just starts with stop wearing full camouflage.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on.
Like, you don't
Like,
necessarily have to wear a costume.
Like, heck, you
Yeah,
can
no,
just
you
have
don't-
civilian clothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, exactly.
wear and tear on it.
Yeah, so Rev Scotty at Instagram, that's Scotty. He's got his own backstory and stuff like that. He's basically a time traveler. And till hard hat. Till Rev 8. Before then, I ran with my two friends. Yeah, that's true. I'm hoping that you'll be more involved with the group as time goes on, and assuming we ever get to do these events again.
Yeah, we can trade our Wasteland experience for real experience.
Yeah.
In the upcoming toilet paper wars.
But I don't know where Warlords is.
I'm looking for it now.
he's
Too. I'm trying to
got-
think of when he actually made it,
Yeah,
because I think it was one of the Fertile
he's
Crescents
got
when
like
he debuted.
multiple accounts
It-
on Instagram, at least. What is it?
what was this Rev? Yeah, the Rev 5. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna find him through Scotty, I think.
Scotty Maserati.
Oh, Scotty he is like Scottish to the core. He's like born and bred American, but like he's got the Scottish accent.
Oh yes.
And the Scottish aura. So he usually runs like a World War I style kit, and because we were talking about what our basis was for ours, and it was actually kind of thoughtful. So his was going back to how World War One, that was like the apocalypse to them.
That's why I play Verdun on stream sometimes, because it's fitting.
Yeah. and it is like you're just stuck. Oh, here's some photos from the what is it? Rev 5's Battle of Sanctuary. So I'll post them up.
Oh man.
In the Discord. So
okay.
His basis is that where it's like, yeah, World War One was pretty much hell on earth. It was the apocalypse, and especially if you look at some of the photos, it looks like hell on earth.
Oh, real quick, in regards to that picture that you just posted, if you look straight in the middle, you see the back of CJ or Merchant's armor with the wolf's head and the COV on it.
Here's another one.
I'm inside the bunker to the right. This was the battle. So Sanctuary was called Sanctuary because a bunch of people went there and nobody really bothered anybody there. We had like one incident where a guy came in from off field and we were like, what are you doing? But that got diffused. I think someone ended up shooting the guy anyways, but like otherwise it was great. We set up shop there. We moved from the town to there and things were going well. Turns out almost every other faction on the field had conspired against us. So they all attacked us. And this was in like the last hour or so of the event, I think. Or no, it's the first day. Because
first day, second day we didn't go there.
Yes.
Because the second day, and you see it in the picture I've got up right now, I have a rental gun, and that's because my shotgun broke in the middle of this huge firefight, and we held out. We actually managed to hold out and win. Essentially,
it was tooth and nail.
It
was tooth. You got that.
My gun broke, and I was like, "Oh no, my gun's broken. I don't have anything." So a guy next to me is like, "I got this electric Glock with an extended mag. Use this. I've got another gun already." And I was just like, "Sure, why not? Yeah, make them count, Ramirez."
In all reality, of what other people would think, like if you ever seen the movie We Were Soldiers, that's one of the majority of what you could see. We're surrounded.
Yeah.
Or for instance, this is about Little Big Horn of Custer's Last Stand. We are surrounded. We are being shot on all sides, and we are outnumbered.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are outnumbered, being shot from everywhere.
The only thing I had on me was my 45. That's all I had.
Yeah, I think this is. Oh, there's a
shooting randomly.
When the firefight started, didn't you literally flip your table over?
Yes.
Yes.
So it was the end of the day. I didn't.
There's like a video clip of it too.
That's what I'm trying to find. I think Balhack posted that video, and I don't know if it's still up. So I'm trying to find it now. I had it saved on YouTube originally. So I flipped the table up because we don't have a lot of cover. We're in the open. We're just selling shit.
Exactly.
And then after that, I started walking towards them, and I'm like, "You want some of this? Come and get it!" And I'm like emptying my pistol into them.
Yeah.
Hey,
and again,
CJ,
it's all I had.
They have you on the Rev 5 trailer, I think. The whole footage. They have you doing that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that video.
Well, it was really crazy. Of when, like, all shit broke loose. And I mean, all shit broke loose.
Oh, real quick. I do remember earlier in that day, we were hanging out and we were all crowded in one little spot in Sanctuary, talking to some guy, and then someone pulled a pin and dropped a grenade in the middle of the crowd, and it blew up. And CJ and I apparently Captain took the blow for us because CJ and I didn't
did
get
do
hit
that.
at all, but like everyone in front of us died,
Yes.
and Captain was one of them. And then there was
Oh,
another
man.
incident where a guy threw a grenade and it landed in the fire pit,
Oh,
and a
come
guy,
on, not
one of our other
grenade.
guys, grabbed it, and it blew up in his hand, and we were like,
Exactly.
"Are you okay?"
Why would you do that? It's in the fireplace. Just
But
don't
that
do
worked
it.
out in the
And he
end.
did.
But yeah, sorry to interrupt.
But even the hard part, even in Sanctuary, we were running very low on ammunition.
Oh yeah,
And I mean, we were borderline empty.
and then
we
they
still
called it.
managed to hold out.
Yeah, they called it just in time.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
we
what
were
was it,
finally
3,
losing
4
ground.
counterattacks? It was 3 or 4
Yeah,
counterattacks,
it
I think.
was-
Something like that. They charged once, they failed. They threw smoke, they
They
failed.
tried everything.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
basically say that. They tried everything.
And didn't work.
Yeah.
No, it
Held
did
out.
not work. We held our ground. And even the second day, now, I was on the other side of the field, but there was actually a firefight at Sanctuary. This was in the beginning of the morning. I decided to travel along with this huge mob to go and attack Sanctuary and then go and attack around the swamp. Now, this was crazy. I decided to lead a charge, throwing whatever smoke I could, blue, yellow, purple, charged up there. We took it, and then somewhere out of the blue, someone just tosses a thunder bee, and it kills 15 people at once.
I think Hardhat just sent me a message. He might be joining us.
It was just crazy.
Yay!
And then we decided to go to the town, and everybody's shooting everybody.
I gotta figure out how to get to my friend requests. Pending. Findable.
That's the problem. I'm trying to find stuff from the event, but given YouTube's algorithm, I'm getting like all sorts of shit.
Oh yeah. Hey, search up Overseer. Or Overseer's log. See if I come up. Because I've only searched it from my end, and like.
Let me see.
All right, I'm gonna pop him in.
What's your YouTube name?
Oh well, you're not gonna find it by link. So just search it in the search bar for YouTube. Search Overseer's logs.
Okay, I'm looking through it now. Not.
Hello, Hardhat. Is that you?
I am here.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome.
Whoa.
So yeah, we're doing our impromptu stream from my YouTube.
There we go.
Because next weekend would have been Rev 11.
Yep.
That's correct.
And this is me.
And this is you. Are you John Wayne?
Are you my Huckleberry?
And I'll be here.
But yeah, Hard Hat. Just we're just kind of talking about our general, general kind of like.
Huh?
Oh, okay. Just make it. Just I don't know where you started in at.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't meet up with y'all until like Rev 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. When actually, yeah. Let's start from the beginning. How'd you get interested in Rev specifically? Because you've been airsofting for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, my first Rev was Rev 5.
Yeah.
One of my friends, he was really big into airsoft, and I went a couple times and I thought it was cool as hell. So I was like, I'll spend the $100. I'll go try it out. And I absolutely fell in love. So every Fertile Crescent and Rev, I'm going to till I die.
Yeah.
Yo, same.
Or yeah, I mean, whether it be the virus that kills us or something else.
I'll be an old man. I'll still be out there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I won't be as
78
quick,
would
but I'll be out there.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
you merchant.
yeah.
You just go in the middle of just the whole town, and then you're just shooting everybody. Yes,
Yep.
I'm the merchant. Back off. Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be bad for business.
No, not for your business.
Thankfully, it does seem like a lot of people are encouraged now. I'm not saying because of me. I'm just saying just in general. They're starting to like branch out and making their own characters or doing their own.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
their
of
own
course.
shtick, which is good, which is what you want, which is what the whole point of it was.
Yep.
I didn't get my character outfit or anything until Rev 9 when Phoenix gave me the nickname Hard Hat because I always wore the hard hat on the field.
Nice.
It's OSHA approved.
Yeah.
And
I
this
mean-
year was going to be great because I've modified the whole outfit like tenfold.
Nice. Well, if you're coming
And
to
of
the party,
course-
don't be afraid to bring it with you anyways.
Oh, I'm bringing it.
Yeah.
I'm showing up with it.
We're gonna scare all the neighbors.
Hell yeah.
So on screen right now, I do have Warlord. He actually, he's got, that bike's real, and he actually did, do the rusting and paint job and everything on his bike. Right now, like last I checked, he had some issues with the bike, but that was back when it was in tip-top shape. And these are actually official pictures by the field because they were just so impressed that they had to get some pictures. They also gave him a like a custom-made knife. Yeah.
Yeah, with the Fertile Crescent logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's cool as shit.
And Fertile Crescent 1, I think, was actually his first experience with
think you're
Revelations. And I had kind of sort of met him then, but I didn't really get to know him until that Baby Wars game, and then we started seeing him more and more since then.
Yeah. Because he'd played Airsoft beforehand, but this was his first kind of venture into it.
Yeah.
Or into Wasteland stuff. I mean, I guess kind of for everybody. Other than Rev, I had not heard of any place locally that did it. I did hear about this, and I'll post in our Facebook group. There was a Wasteland Apocalypse game out in Michigan that did, like, people would dress up as if they were like, zombie survivors. This was the early 2000s, so zombie survival was all the rage.
Yeah. Oh.
But
Real
that was the
quick.
only other place I heard about doing it. Yo, what's up?
Warlord's Instagram is the Warlord, one word,
I have
_.
no idea.
VOIVODE.
Is that a question, or are you?
I'm just
actual-
spelling it out.
Okay, yeah,
I think they've.
I don't know if it is.
I think him and Scotty have done at least 2 streams. Yeah. And they talk about like making armor and stuff like that. And we have joined them. And hopefully I'd like to get them to come on for something like this. I mean, this is very impromptu. I don't know if this is going to be something I do all the time for the channel, but I think it would be kind of fun.
I think you're kind of fun, Trevor.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the new kit, Hard Hat.
Yeah, throw it up in the chat if you can.
Yeah, of course. I'd like to see it.
Yep.
Gotta figure this out. But basically, on the front of the hard hat is going to be Tachanka's face shield
Nice.
with a Vault Tech logo scribed out of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you're a Volt boy too?
You cell dweller.
I found it in Vault 81.
Oh yeah. Ah, you pillaged.
I found it. It's all of their inhabitants were dead somehow.
Somehow.
Actually, given Vault,
And I have less ammo for some reason.
Yeah. Well, given Vault-Tech's illustrious career, actually finding them all dead isn't a stretch of the imagination.
That's true. So the current image I've got up is one of the more recent pictures. It's Warlord and his more low-profile kit. So like kind of stalker style, sneaking around with a sniper rifle and stuff like that. And then
Sneaky.
we've got Red Baron, who's got this crazy like welding masks mounted onto a football chest rig and a big shield and all that stuff. We got Dead One. He had put together a chest rig that had some extra modifications with some Norse runes and COV indicators.
Ruin.
And of course, he's got a beat to hell AK. And then you got me in my winter kit, which is basically my first kit that's been heavily modified with the laser RCW. And that is in the process of being changed. So, yep. But, yeah, so... What else we got?
I think they took down that Rev 5 like day 1 video. I can only find from day 2.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I can only find for day 2.
I wish I knew how to download that video because I would have saved that.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it was Chris and them. I think honestly YouTube took it down for some weird whatever reason.
Yeah, that's possible.
Because let me go through my. I thought I had it saved. Yeah, Revelations 5 saved playlist, and there's nothing. Because I saved it in here specifically.
Oh
well.
Yeah.
Thanks, YouTube.
So what else? What do you want to talk about? I feel like we're running out, but I think we really can't be running out. We've got 8 years of experience. Yeah, go for it.
I think Rev 8 was with the Mad Scientist and Santa Claus and the Broken Chairs faction.
Broken Chairs.
Wait, what?
I
don't think I. What was?
I know there was
Broken
the
Chairs
Pants
factor?
Gang, but I don't know when that
Pants
was.
Gang.
Yeah, Pants Gang, and once that fell apart, they became the Broken Chairs.
Okay.
The shortest lived Wasteland Gang.
Yeah.
Every year I pay my tribute. So the story behind the Pants Gang, at least from my perspective, is when we were set up at the pond, and there was just a big group of dudes, and they were like, "Give us your pants! Give us your pants!" And they walk out in front of our stand, and just all of them get waxed right there.
Yeah.
It never touched us. I was just like, what the fuck? And then on the bus nearby, they had, I think there was their base. They put like the Pants Gang. And then since it stayed there every year after, and for Photocross, I would go there as a pilgrimage and deliver a pair of pants as me paying respects.
Press F to pay respects.
Press F in the chat, boys.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of the. I could bring it up is again, because with Revelations, Photocross, and a lot of the other events I've been to, including Omega, there's really no set factions. There's no.
Also, Hardhat, don't be afraid to just interrupt.
Yeah. We don't mean to talk over you. So like, yeah, if you have a group of friends and if you want to make your own gang, you can. And one of the things that would happen beforehand, and it still kind of happens, not as much, unfortunately, is in the days leading up to the event, people would post videos in the discussion page, with their, either declaring war or backstories. Yeah, their backstories. And I thought that was great. It's great character building. It's people, getting into it. We did a couple of them. We didn't get into the depth of some people where they would have a set video where it looks like they're actually out in the wasteland.
Yeah.
I'll usually just post up pictures of me in outfit and say, hey, looking forward to seeing you guys. But they would, full-on factions would have smack talking sessions before the event, and it was glorious to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's Phoenix was typically the one that was irritating everybody.
Phoenix would go and intentionally piss off all of the gangs. It was hilarious. And during the event, also, he would go. So he was... The funny, the thing that happened is, they say this big plan on Facebook, and the day of the actual event, it would kind of fall through. But Phoenix was one of the few people who felt who followed through with not only fucking with the gangs, but intentionally just causing a ruckus.
Oh yeah.
He would steal their flags. He would steal their banners. He would smack talk
He
them. Again, it's
stole
on play.
he stole a Soviet Russia flag that he still has to this day, and he spray
in his
painted
garage.
his Phoenix symbol on it. I'd say it looks better
And
now.
you know what the best part is?
Yeah, I agree.
Guess
What's
who
up?
was
Go ahead.
holding that flag
Huh?
Huh?
when Phoenix shot him?
Who?
Me.
Oh wow, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah,
You're the newest member, and then I immediately get shot in the face, and I just see Phoenix's group rolling up. I'm just like, yep, this can't go any better.
yeah. Yeah,
And,
what else? Talk a bit more about what you were doing, Hard Hat.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to keep interrupting. I'm sorry.
You good. But Rev 8 with the mad scientist and Santa Claus being at each other's throats the entire game.
Yeah.
I joined the mad scientist,
Okay.
and I went to go infiltrate Santa's base, which was the Escher building on the second floor.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna laugh at this part. As immediately as I round that last step, Santa Claus comes out the door with a 1911
Oh
and
my.
shoots me in the dick.
Oh my.
As he is saying, no more members.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So, my guys, they dragged
Santa's on the naughty list this year.
Yeah.
It gets better. I get dragged down the stairs, I get revived, I go back to the mad scientist. I was like, whoever's got thunder bees, give them to me. I'm going on a suicide mission. I had 4 thunder bees in my pockets.
Oh
Were you
wow.
happy to see them? Is that a thunder bee in your pocket? Or are you happy to see me?
Oh, I'm just happy to see you.
I think these BBs are too.
Sorry. Anyway.
The whole mad scientist group got together and we rushed Santa's building from the rappel tower, and I went around back with my thunderbees, and I walked up the stairs, and everyone was oblivious to me running up the stairs. I walk into the room where Santa Claus is shooting out the second story window, and I just go, "This is payback," and I drop all 4 thunderbees at his feet,
That's wild.
and I run.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's like, yeah, here, have some grenades. They're armed.
Well, he was like, "You were the one that threw the thunderbees?" I was like, "Yeah, you shot me in the dick." He was like, "Oh, it was pretty good payback."
There's no kill like overkill.
Ain't no kill like overkill. Hell yeah.
Yep. I've been scrolling through the Google Docs pics of Rev 9. Just kind of letting people check it out. See what kind of kits people have and stuff like that. See some of the people from our group. I'm looking at Skittles, our resident mad scientist, and medic who never freaking dies. In the arena. Oh yeah, these are videos. There is video. So there's another friend of ours. Let's see if this works. Alright. Sorry about the video quality, guys. So we've got a friend of ours fighting in the dueling arena.
Yeah, one of the things they set up for Rev, which is kind of fun, is a separate area that you can go in with, foam weapons and beat the shit out of each other. And it's
Yep.
actually somewhat part of the actual story. Is you'll get like an achievement token if you can best a certain amount of people.
Yeah, and if you fight like the pit owner, which is the man in the purple coat, which is in the screen talking to one of the fighters right now, and you beat him, he'll give you a quest item, typically.
And it's a good diversion. It's pretty fun. I know it's kind of like the everyone thinks it's magic missile LARP, because usually when people like regular people hear LARP, it always goes back to the typical like Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
Oh yeah. Ooh, these guys are getting
is
intense.
a LARP event, but at least we can still use guns and it's not magic missiles. Although granted, there's whispers on the treetops that Chris is at the field owner is planning on doing a LARP style event there where that's all you have is boffer weapons or stun weapons. And at first I'm like, nah, I don't want to go to that. But then I started thinking about it, I'm like, I kind of want to go to that. But again, COVID hit and we all got fucked because of it.
Yeah.
So
I know. Sadly.
The year that got canceled. The only thing that we actually did this year was Desolation, which I'm surprised even we were able to do.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the advantage they have is that they're smaller.
Yeah.
Amount of people.
And it's literally in the middle. It's literally in the middle of the fucking woods. If somehow the governor came or the cops came in the middle of the woods, it's like, what are you doing?
Of Pennsylvania.
Of BFE Pennsylvania, and let me let you know that you can get lost out there pretty easy.
Yes, that reminds me of a story. The story of Lost and Found.
My new persona.
Yes, your other new name. So we're at this event, and we're at the campsite, and it's still gameplay for a little while longer, and we're going out to find, I think, like running water or something.
Yeah.
And I had already found some earlier that day, so I was like, hey guys, and I went over to Phoenix, Prophet, another friend of ours, and Merchant, and I was like, hey, let's go, I'll take you there, so we're going over there, and I'm with Phoenix, and then Merchant and Prophet are together, so we kind of split into two groups, and I know where I'm going, so like I'm like, just follow me. I don't know why y'all split off, to be completely honest.
We went with Scooby-Doo logic.
I guess. So y'all went around the other way, and then y'all got separated. And
yeah, we got separated by some bushes.
You just kept going.
Well, so that's where he left off. So my perspective is, I get separated from Prophet because there was like some brush or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm gonna hop across the river. I see some structures. I'm gonna go over there, see what's there, and just bounce back. But I walked through there. There's nothing there. Walked a little bit past it, and then I see like two people setting up. I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna ambush me. Like I didn't have a lot on me, but I didn't want to be shot in the first like 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So I dipped, and I hopped back across the river that we crossed, but I overshot our campsite and kept walking, which was not that idea.
And it started getting dark.
It started getting dark. Thankfully, I had my whistle and my phone and some other stuff on me, because otherwise I would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Because I eventually called. I had to call Prophet, or Prophet called me.
Yeah.
We coordinated me getting back to the campsite.
You could receive radio, but you couldn't send.
Yeah, my radio was acting weird, where I could send out transmissions, but I couldn't hear them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The radio was lighting up as if someone was transmitting to me, but again, I can't hear it. So I was like, well, shit.
Because I kept basically telling him he needs to stop moving and still, and he just wasn't listening because he couldn't hear me.
So eventually we coordinated by blowing whistles and talking on the phone, and finally got back to the campsite, and I overshot it by a lot. I thought it was like maybe a little bit off. Oh no, I was maybe 200, 300 meters away from the campsite. I was like, yeah, there's no way in fuck I would have made it back by myself. Because it's our little tiny campsite in the middle of the woods, in the middle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any like big. We weren't near any structures where a campsite was.
Yeah.
So it was hard. It was kind of hard to like find my way back there.
And when you got back, you were dubbed the name Lost and Found.
I was dubbed Lost and Found. And that name, at first I was like, oh, they're kind of being mean. So I was like, okay,
They're gonna roast
but
me.
then I was like, this is actually kind of fitting. So I stuck with it, and I now for Desolate for the Omega events, I'm gonna go probably by that handle, and because for those events I don't really do much merchanting because it's kind of a small event, so that makes a little more sense.
And it's much more like survival oriented too.
Yeah.
But
So that's kind of how I got lost in the middle of the woods in Pennsylvania.
what now?
I'm posting a bunch of pictures in Discord from like Fertile Crescent and stuff that I just found on my phone.
Yeah. So they got the Principality of Balahakistan or whatever, which is not too far from where our Circus of Value is. It's right next to the pond, and yes, people do swim in the pond.
Yep, I did it Fertile Crescent because it was hot as shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In fact, Cap's not here right now, but he is one of the people that has done that. As well. He did like some relay with it, and in full kit. Like a crazy person. What's
You're
up?
a madman.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Just talk.
Damn.
Alright, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Hold on.
Okay, good.
Y'all
Alright,
can hear him?
Can you hear me?
Trevor's a
guys?
little bitch. I mean, what?
Y'all can hear Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear Andy.
Okay, for some reason he was not coming through for... Oh, wait. It's because I muted him. Duh.
Oh,
And he
that's
left the
wrong.
room. He left the room, so I got confused.
Ah,
I'm sorry if we've been interrupting you this, like, entire time.
no. You see, Merchant? This is it. This is what I have to deal with.
I didn't do nothing.
But anyways, back to the relay on the swamp. Oh, crap. Dang it, my phone.
That
died.
might be him in the corner, for all I know.
Alright. Did it work? Okay. Alright, good. Anyways, back to the relay of the swamp. All that pond, it was crazy. I was told there were snakes at the bottom. Because it was so cold. And I was like, please don't bite me. Please. I do not need this. So I swam the relay twice. And I got 10 times the coins. Just for doing that.
Yep.
And I did not swim with my kilt. I did not swim with that. I had to take that off. And I have my Calvin Klein underwear. And I just jumped in. I was like, fuck it. Go. Do it.
Going in the skivvies.
Going in with the
I'm surprised
skivvies.
you didn't get hypothermia. Wait, was this a Rev or Fertile Crescent?
This was at Fertile Crescent.
Oh, because I was like, are we swimming in fucking December?
Oh God, no! I would definitely
That
get
would be
hypothermia. I'd be like, oh God, so much shrinkage. Oh, so wrong. Yeah, but that was a
Yeah,
great
that
day.
might actually potentially be him in the corner, because he does have a green beret, if I remember correctly,
That is correct.
in the image.
Yeah, I think for that event you did.
Yes, I did. Because like I thought I was gonna wear a red one, but obviously dead rag and saying no, you can't wear it. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I just had my green one. Here, there, yeah, okay, let's go kill each other.
Yeah.
That same event, Sunday, everyone was winding down. I don't know if anyone in this chat was there, but the ducks, the tiny rubber ducks that we shot off of that one guy's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
I
about
still
it.
have one of those little rubber ducks.
I
I
did
still
hear
have
about it.
and I still have the video on my phone.
Nice. Feel free to pop that in there. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
And I've got
my YouTube channel. I'll find out which one it is
yeah.
and what timestamp.
I've got a warlord with the dog impaled on his spikes.
Yeah, this was at Fallen Man.
Yeah.
I was trying to find some more photos from that.
What's up?
I was trying to find some more photos from that event.
Yeah. Yeah. I think some of them were put. I thought I saw another one earlier. I guess not. Oh, you posted in the Facebook. No, those were Phoenix. Yeah, so I've also got
some of them were
Phoenix.
Yeah, because I was going through some of the old Rev photos, and he was in quite a few of them. Again, most because he's smack talking of the other teams.
Yeah.
Now, Andy, what are some of your favorite Rev/Fertile stories, like or that you either encountered or that you've heard from people?
Oh man, from the Rev stories, there's so many. Especially go on Warlord. Definitely on that with the slaves.
Yeah, so
We all know this.
Warlord is a slave trader in his lore.
Yes, and of
That's why
course
we kind of joke about him during the Let's Play with Wasteland 4 or 3.
Which Revelations was it that he sold Cat? I believe. Which Revelations?
He sold Artemis.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Fertile. It was one of the ones that
She was not happy.
Unicorn. Yeah, she was. I think it was one of the Fertile Crescents, but yeah, where they sold her off.
Oh, okay, Fertile Crescent. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I think it may have happened at Rev 2.
I think they also did Unicorn
Yes.
Yeah,
or
they sold them off
Rainbow
too.
Dash.
BRB.
And of course, especially of one of the famous stories, because the captain always loves to do the blood pit. Every time I go in there, I fight, I talk to
Oh, that's hard.
man, the
I
purple
just realized.
jacket. And it was crazy doing it.
I
Especially
didn't see
going
the
on
hard
for my first time. I just loved it. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've only really done it a couple times, and it's mostly against like Phoenix.
Here's on that Burrow Crescent, the first one. He threw a knife at me. I'm like, Phoenix, you can't do that.
That sounds like something he would do too.
Yeah.
It is.
So, Hard Hat so this is your video in landscape.
It's like, why is it sideways?
It was a sign of the times.
First time I recorded anything on that shitty phone.
No, I understand. I just
There's
think
some
it's
charm in
funny.
it, though. There's some charm in it. I love it.
Oh, just turn your desktop sideways. You'll be able to see
Turn
it
your-
clear.
Turn your head
Oh,
sideways.
yeah. Here's somebody in the water.
314 is when we shot the duck off that kid's head.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was wondering about it.
Now everyone gets to see what I watch.
Now, I'll go with kind of a quick one of my favorite stories, and we briefly touched on it earlier on. And again, that's kind of why I love Rev and its charm, is that it's not always about, oh yeah, I killed like 30 people and got a kill streak. It's like it's the side stuff. So
Oh yeah.
one of my favorites was, I think it's like Rep 5. It doesn't matter. So, selling stuff, doing my thing, and two guys come up to me and is like, "Hey, how much would you buy my friend's soul for?" I was I was just kind of, I was taking a miss bite. I'm like, what? I was like 15 caps, and then out of his back pocket he pulls out a soul from a shoe, and I don't know if it was my sense of humor or my lack of sleep, but I just sat there and just died laughing.
Oh
I
yeah.
gave him double the caps and a high five because it combines both really shitty puns and physical comedy. So I I thought
And
that was golden.
if I remember correctly, you did implement it into your kit.
Yes, I think for Rev, I would have brought it to Rev 6, but I forgot my fucking armor. I put it on my shoulder,
Yeah.
to kind of hold to hold the two pieces together, and I still have that soul. It is on my armor currently.
Awesome. Awesome.
Nice.
It's
And
one of the
didn't
few
you get
pieces of-
more too?
Oh, I gave him. I got a couple other ones. I actually have some in my crafting bin, but that one that I got from that really bad pun,
Yeah.
I've kept as a part of my armor as tradition. So I'll either fix or replace my armor, but I'll usually keep bits and pieces from the first set, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
just soul.
Rev
'Cause I thought
9.
it was hilarious.
Rev 9, I had my tack shirt on and my weeb patches.
It's real DJ hours, ladies and gentlemen.
My favorite part of every rev is going to the COV and trading with merchants.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Good shit.
yeah.
Right, you didn't keep.
There's some of it I will set aside, but some of the stuff that people bring in is so wacky, and that's why I love doing it. Is because with this event, it's encouraged that you bring, looting and trading items, including with Desolation. And I just I was like, you know what? That, admittedly, for Rev 4, it was a bit out of self-interest because I wanted to trade stuff because I was trying to save up for Christmas because it was coming up. So I was trying to, sell stuff for cash. Sold some old gear. But then, I just love just talking with people, and it's its own.
It's fun.
It's its own fun game. It's bartering.
Honestly, one of the most interesting things about this event is how you can go your entire game without ever firing a single shot.
Yeah, and some people have.
We've done it.
I think it was one of the Fertles or Rev 10 was pretty. I barely even needed to pull up my gun. I think I did it twice.
Yeah.
I think I only fired once just to make a function check. But yeah, there's been if you're just out and about, you can talk your way in and out of situations, or you can just completely avoid it.
Yep. And I mean,
So
I've utilized diplomacy in certain circumstances. Most recently, at one of the Omega events, I managed to garner a peace agreement between all the camps.
Yeah, briefly.
I got shot in the middle, in a attack on our camp. So I used the opportunity, since the rule was that you have to go spawn at another camp, to go and just negotiate with the camps.
Negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we were the terrorists.
We were.
So we were the bad guys.
Yeah, some of the guys in our camp weren't exactly thrilled with the idea, but I was like, guys, the whole reason I'm doing this is so that when we get them all in one place, we can just gun them down.
Oh, so there was ulterior motives. You sly fuck. You son of a bitch.
I mean, we were basically the raider camp, so.
I didn't even know we were gonna be one, and then oh, we're doing this. Okay, but it was nice being because to give some backstory. We've been to a couple of these events before, the Omega events.
Yep.
And we were always on the receiving end of it. We were always the camps getting raided.
Yep.
So for this one, before the event started, we all organized. And we all ended up in the same camp where everyone in our campsite was either prior military or had been to a previous Omega event, so they kind of knew what to expect. And we're like, yeah. So 8 o'clock rolls around, and we just greased everyone in one of the campsites and looted them. They were not expecting it.
No.
We had guys at our campsites ready, they were posted up and hidden. They were like, if they come, we're ready. Come and get us.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the morning of Saturday morning, we a group of us went out early before the game technically started because they'd let you go out and set up to ambush people and stuff. And
you couldn't shoot until until 8 o'clock, but once 8 o'clock rolls around, you are free to engage.
Yeah, and that's
you're encouraged to.
Yeah, that's with tents and everything up.
And I guess we can. Oh, go ahead, Ardat. I don't mean to talk over you.
Can we talk about the weaponry situation at the COV every year?
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that everybody and their brother is our friend.
So because we're kind of our own little. We're not even considered a gang per se, but we're just really friendly to everyone. We encourage everyone. We're neutral.
We're
We don't really
entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we
Yes,
deal with we deal with everybody. People come to us because there are other merchants like for specifically the event. They're more role players,
Yeah.
but we get a little more freedom to
Yeah.
kind of do what we want because we're players. So we're players first, and then we're merchants second.
We get to shoot people.
So we get to shoot people. We talk to people. We wheel and deal, and because everyone likes us. Because again, we're neutral. We're just trying to survive and build a business.
And sometimes we get crazy stories.
Yes.
But
that's a fact.
people, the friends that we've made are very well armed, and like as soon as a shot pops off, everyone just turns to whoever's shooting and just lays waste.
Oh yeah.
I think one of the most armed we've been was one of the Fertile Crescents where we had like a 1919 machine gun, multiple LMGs, multiple sniper rifles.
Yeah, so
and
there's a
everyone
guy
else in
that
the
goes
crowd.
in a Centurion outfit, and he is
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he brought the 30 caliber.
yeah.
Yep.
One year. Oh, man.
I don't.
He's got the
I don't know.
Modus.
I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, that's him. I thought it was someone else who had the 1919.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Yeah, the guy that
It's just been too long. I'm
Yeah.
big sad.
But I think it was last Fertile Crescent. Y'all had the mech over there as well with the two miniguns.
Oh.
next to his arms.
Yeah.
We
I've got
paid
him.
them off with computer parts.
Sniper rifles on one wall.
Yeah, we paid them off. I talked to him one on one. I was like, "Hey man, we're just doing our own thing. We're just selling stuff. Like we're not going after anybody. Like if I give you something, can you kind of like avoid shooting at us?" He's like, "Yeah, what you got?" And I gave him a bunch of computer parts. I scavenged out of some old computers, like motherboards, hard drives, and stuff like that. They're like, "Okay."
Mhm.
So lo and behold, when there was some shooting going on, they were just like they just avoided us and were just shooting to where we were getting shot at from. I
Yeah.
was like, "Damn, friends in high places."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
And usually it used to be pretty rough at first. People would grenade us. People would do try to mess
Well,
and shoot at us.
speaking of grenade
It's been-
stories.
Oh yeah, I got that one. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But because again we're friendly, everyone pretty much likes us. No one really messes us with us now, and I think it's also because they think we're role players that we're invincible. Which
Yeah.
At Rev 10 I was just because I wanted the challenge coin. But up until that point, like we were just part of the game. We were, it's the Circus of Value. Like
Yep.
as soon as the game starts, especially now,
People
First
look
stop.
for us.
first stop, people would be like
That's
going to the
always
lake.
my first stop at COV to see
Yep.
what you got in stock.
Yeah.
Yep, and I guess I can talk about that briefly. So how I usually stock the COV is a mix of things that are just kind of wacky and cool, kind of out there, and also a mix of like scavenged materials, tools, old airsoft gear that I don't use anymore, old guns, just kind of odds and ends. If I were strictly like, oh, it's the apocalypse, I need to, it's only survival stuff. Yeah, I could do that. I do sell food, but it's also kind of people usually buy like just wacky stuff and they'll put it on their armor.
Yeah.
Or they'll sell me stuff. So yeah, they'll sell me baseball cards. They'll sell me. I got The Wicker Man on DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will also buy and sell like matches, lighters, stuff that's typically apocalypse, stuff that you would want in apocalypse. But again, people get creative with what they bring me. Like, why
Yeah.
had someone give me a 20-minute spiel on
About a
selling
table
wooden
leg?
about a table leg, a wooden table leg.
Yeah.
And I gave the guy more than his money's worth because it was all in character. It was a really good speech and it was a really nice table leg.
Oh yes.
I
You've
actually
even
regret not keeping that. I should have kept that and turned it into a weapon
yeah.
because it was a solid table leg.
Yeah.
It was like
I've actually got some pictures of the the circus of value on screen right now. Got one of the two of us behind the table.
Just the
you
two
talking to
of
one
us.
of the guys trying to sell him some stuff. And then I think I started talking to him. So my role typically is I'm like the information guy. I'm the one that's like, hey, I need people to go out and tell me what's going on out there so that we know what's happening. And more recently, I've become more of the I'm going to go out and get the quests done and make sure that we survive. So that even
Which
if
is what I want for Trevor.
Yeah.
Because I love because I'm kind of doing my own thing, but I want Trevor to like give the experience of it because I know just sitting there and selling stuff isn't for everybody. I'm surprised I've done it this long.
Yeah. Well, I think the Omega events is a break from that for you, and that's good.
I'm liking them. I'm liking breaking away from that. I'm going more into scavenging and more like actually doing the quests and stuff like that. So I think hanging up the hat for being a merchant at Omega events is a good thing for me. It's a break, change of pace.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you wanted to mention something, Hardhead?
No, I plugged in my phone.
Oh, okay. You're good.
But
But yeah, I've been doing quests, and with the exception of this past event where he was playing as a role player. Yeah, where the one you were a role player.
Oh yeah, for Rev 10 I was a role player, but I was doing the same job.
Yeah.
I had more responsibility, like I was actually giving out quests and stuff, but I had the same I was doing the same thing.
Yeah. So, but all the previous ones, what I do basically is that I would be the one going out and doing the quests for the both of us. And one of the Rev events, it might have been 8, where they did the whole like toxic gas coming through.
Yeah, so I just looked at the photo of Andy behind the 1919.
Yeah, you
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Oh, I don't have that yet.
Hey, even firing that was awesome.
That's a cool gun.
Even oh man, I believe there's 2 people coming across. They looked very suspicious, and I actually thought they were gonna try to shoot me, so I just shot them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, we give up. Like, yeah.
You do now.
You got your assault weapons. Where's the contest in that? No, you're dead. Simple.
I am the ill intent.
Yeah.
I am reality.
But oh, what was it? Now it escapes me.
Jobs in the wasteland. What you do?
Oh yeah, so I'm going out and I'm doing the quests, and I basically negotiate my way into essentially getting the stuff so that both of us, like I'm doing it for Merchant and myself, and I'm able to convince them basically. Yeah. So one of them, they had this whole toxic gas thing element where like if you don't get these things or whatever by the end of the game, you'll be quote unquote dead, like quote unquote permanently. And
you're perma-banned from the event. You can never.
And so there was 2 options. You get these weird interdimensional time key things, which personally I don't really include in our lore.
It would be too hard to like explain.
Yeah. Or you get these little vials that are basically things that make you immune to it. And that makes a lot more sense. And it's easier to obtain. So I went out and I did all the quests, and then I talked to one of our friends actually, who was playing the role of the Plague Doctor, had the whole Plague Doctor mask and everything.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of him up right now. He actually set up shop in one of the nearby bunkers from us at one point, during Rev 9 at least.
Yeah.
And I negotiated with him to get vials for the both of us. In fact, I got more than just 2 vials.
Oh yeah, because we were able to sell one of them.
Yeah, so CJ had actually negotiated with people and gotten some himself. So we had a surplus.
because for mine, someone wanted me to hold on to theirs as safekeeping because again, it's a lootable item,
Mm-hmm.
and people aren't usually messing with me. So like, hey, can we drop it off as like under one condition? If you come across any extra, if you can, if you could give me and Trevor one, he's like, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Okay. Lo and behold, he came back later on with two of them, two
Yeah.
extra. I was like, cool. So we had some. I think we either gave it to our friends or sold them.
Yeah. I think we did like both. Like we sold one and then gave the
Yeah.
other one away.
Yeah, I think we gave one to like Anthony or someone. Or sorry,
Anthony
Phoenix or
did the
someone else.
key. I think
Oh,
we
yeah,
gave it to somebody else.
He was the only one of our group to go through the time portal thing.
Yeah. And Artemis sadly wasn't able to get a vial in time, and we didn't know because we
Yeah, we
didn't
didn't know
see
at
her
all.
much, so we weren't able to get her one.
She was off. Yeah, she was off doing her own thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she was off getting sold into slavery.
Oof.
I think that was I think that was that event. It was one of the Fertile Crescents. Yeah.
That would be.
But so yeah, usually for these events, there's usually a win status. Hey, you at this time you have these items. You either build a dome, shelter, whatever.
The dome. Oh yeah, we made the Thunderdome.
Which was fun. Like granted, it was super hot, but it was great protection.
Yeah.
So the one of the reps was like, if you guys can build just a tarp city or a Thunderdome, I will. You essentially
We'll give you the win.
Yeah, you complete the survival challenge. It's like, okay.
Because it was
let's see what
either
we can
that
do.
or we have to like build like a custom thing from scratch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my comment in here on this one.
Yeah.
That was the same event where I shattered my ankle in the far north.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Oh, that doesn't sound great.
What happened?
I was building my shelter and I stepped wrong,
Oh fuck.
and it shattered my ankle in 3 places.
Damn.
Now
And
you're
I
playing
won,
hardcore
I
survival
won
mode.
goggles
Yeah.
at that event.
You did what with your goggles?
I won goggles in the raffle. And
Yeah.
they were just
Oh,
sitting
nice.
in the barn.
That's funny.
How long did it take to recover?
Did you manage? So you did manage to get those goggles though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Was it worth
I
it?
stayed. I was like, I'm not going to the hospital until this shit's over with.
That's
Trooper.
hardcore right there, man. Yeah, exactly. It's a real trooper.
The worst part was the golf cart couldn't get to me where I was. I had to fucking crawl.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
fuck. You had to crawl up the hill in the snow both ways.
No, like
Yeah.
you know where the past the blood pit arena where that big
Yeah.
bridge is?
Uh huh.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a hell of a hike.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. No
How-
one
how
ever
long did it take
goes
for you
up
to
north.
Get back on your feet. Yeah, no one ever goes up there. It's
No,
such a
of course,
walk.
no way ever.
It
goes
took
up
me
north.
5
Yeah.
months
That's a
and I
fact.
don't go to physical therapy.
We don't go to Ravenholm anymore. Sorry, what were you saying? Hard hat?
It took me 5 months to heal and like
Damn.
2 months of physical therapy.
Damn. Any problems with it since?
I could tell when it's about to rain.
You got that rain sense.
You got superpowers.
I can't bend it as far as my right one, but otherwise I have no pain to it.
At least you're still in the fight.
Yep.
Still able to do those events. Now, Hard Hat, you've come to Fertile Crescent,
I'm in a
right?
wheelchair. I'm still going.
Oh hell yeah, I would too. Now, Hard Hat, you usually go to Fertile Crescent, right?
Yes.
Okay, just kind of
yeah.
curious.
I went to the last 2 Fertile Crescent.
Okay.
Nice. The only one I've missed was number 1, and Trevor can tell you all about that one.
Hot. Really, really, really hot.
Fucking hot.
Yeah.
To the point where half the players were gone on the second game.
The shit was lit.
Or the second day. But we did, because most of the players were gone, we actually managed to, Red Baron and a couple other guys from a group of ours and myself managed to convince enough people in the town to do duels. So we started doing little street duels with like revolvers and stuff for a while. Eventually somebody like attacked and ruined it, but That was towards the end of the day, so we just fended them off, and then like they called it. But
And then the Russian roulette in the middle of town.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Oh. You good? Yeah.
Yeah, so for some reason I dropped out of the call. I don't know why.
Ah. Yeah, there's a lot of Russian roulette happening. Too. What else we got?
Uh-oh, I found it.
Oh?
The rubber duck.
Oh, the rubber ducky? I heard a squeak.
Yep.
little squeaky squeak.
And then my dog just fucking leaped over here like, what do you got?
What do you got there?
Toy? Toy?
Toy.
Play with me.
And are you doing the new Coca-Cola Quantums again whenever the next event is?
I had some ready. What I'm going to start doing now is because I felt like I was trying to put more emphasis on selling those than actually being a role player, is I'm lowering how many I make. So now this one I think I only made about 40, which it sounds like a lot, but it's only really 2 cases, and they do sell relatively quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think for Fertile or Last Rev, I think I made like double that. And by the end of the night on day 2, I just didn't have a lot of buyers. So instead of focusing on, I need to use this as a money-making opportunity, I'm like, I'll bring them. I'll still try to use them to recoup my gas and some odds and ends. But I'm not mainly focused on, I need to sell these things. I need to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So I still plan on making them. Now that I have a pretty good Dremel and kind of a good process on how to do it, I can pump them out pretty quick. The problem is because I know I've been making these for a while, but as far as the chemistry behind keeping them from going flat, I have to see. I'll crack one of these opens before the event, whatever it is, and see if the cola is like flat or not. It should still stay carbonated because it's only a couple months.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's like doesn't need to be refrigerated and all that stuff.
No, it doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't need to be refrigerated. It just kept out of the sunlight, which is fine because it's right now sitting in right now it's sitting at Anthony's house. Or Phoenix's house. Because I dropped him off thinking that next weekend was going to be Rev.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah. But we are having a party.
We are having a big old party, which is going to be fun, which I'm looking forward to. So it's funding things to stay sane during this this lockdown pandemic thing.
Oh,
so that's kind of what we're doing is, we had when Fertile got canceled, we did the end of the world party at our farm, had some fun, did some crafting. So for this time, because
shot some real guns.
Yeah, shot some real guns before ammo prices were super fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Before it was $1 a round.
I bought my first gun.
Yeah, not only bought your first gun, bought a really nice gun.
I bought an HK.
My first gun was a old Smith & Wesson, like those guns you see in like the old 80s movies. If you've seen Reservoir Dogs, the pistol they mainly use, that was my first gun.
Oh, okay.
The trigger pull on it was god awful, but I didn't care because it was my first gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, so we're in this shop, and
what's up, Andy?
What you're saying that you just bought an old wooden gun that was used in the Wild West.
I would have kept a 6-shooter or kept one of those Winchesters. I
yeah.
love those guns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're like at this gun store, and I'm getting peer pressured by the group because
It's a good kind of peer pressure.
And I notice an HK P30L, the John Wick one, and I didn't even know about the John Wick thing at that point, but I was like, I want it, I need it, but I'm not sure because family stuff. I'm not gonna get into that though.
Trevor has a family. Spoilers.
So
lore spoilers.
Yeah, they're still alive, guys. Don't worry.
Spoiler. Trevor wants
Your
to
mom
be
was-
with the gun.
Your mom was such a nice person.
What do you mean was?
Now she's a great person.
Okay.
Now that I know her.
Man, that's
True.
that's gonna be showing shots fired.
You can tell the story of how you got your parents into it because they had some event they were going to and they're like, we need
Yeah,
some
so my
advice.
parents were going to Burning Man in Virginia Beach, like one of the small scale Burning Mans. And if you know anything about like those
Flaming midget.
those events like Burning Man, Wasteland Weekend, stuff like that, they're
I wanna
absolutely crazy, like really artsy or creative, and everyone's drunk and on drugs and stuff like that.
Just like Rev.
And
Just like Rev.
Can't talk about that.
they were asking me for help with putting together an outfit, and they were going with a steampunk look, so I kind of gave them some tips and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, so we're at the gun store, and I see this, and I'm like, I kind of want it, but I'm not sure, money and a bunch of other stuff. So we go to a co-op and see what they have. They don't have much, to be honest. And then I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna do it. And I bought it, and then we went, and I used it for the first time while we were shooting the real steel out there in the field.
And you didn't shoot your foot off, which I'm proud of.
Well, oddly enough, I do think the airsoft helped a little bit.
Yeah.
And I took that slug better than anyone else in the group.
It's true. Yeah, we shot a variety of guns.
Like, one of the other guys, dead one, he shot the slug out of the shotgun, and, like, he lost grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I was like, oh, fuck.
But I was like, no, I'm not losing this thing. But, I mean,
Channeling my inner weeb.
grit your teeth, man.
Aim
for
carefully and look the devil in the eyes.
Huh?
I think on that day he had God and anime on his head.
Yes.
He believed in the heart of the cards.
He used
Yep.
pot of greed.
What?
But yeah, it's what was I gonna say? Spaghetti. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Um,
Oh, actually, that does remind me. We were talking about, it's with things going crazy, and it was after that weekend. So the end of the world party had two parts. So part us having fun, part hey, if things actually do kick off, I want to kind of introduce my family to my crazy friends. So, and like after that weekend,
what do you mean?
with
We're
everything
perfectly
kicked-
sane.
Debatable. So after that weekend,
That was my first time being drunk, too.
I do remember that.
Don't say anything.
I'm not gonna tell that story.
Not on stream.
But my mom was like, hey, because she was getting worried too with everything popping off with all the riots and stuff. She's like, hey, CJ, if things are going bad and you're more than welcome to come home, and you can bring your friends along, and if they've got guns, definitely have them bring the guns too. And on top of that, she's like, if they bring some guns down, I'll make some spaghetti for everybody. I'm
Yep.
like, oh,
Spaghetti and
hell yeah.
meatballs.
Some spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh,
So, moral of the story is find a group of friends, make sure they can kind of hold their own, so when shit does kick off, that you're like, okay, I know who I'm taking with me to the end of the world.
Yep.
I know we're recording for free spaghetti.
Yep, and you can have some spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
And we were drinking with my mom, and we got her to try a moonshine pickle, and we were singing like Irish drinking songs, and the best was at the night.
And Ailstorm songs.
Yeah, the night started off rough.
I sang
'cause
drunk.
It was beautiful. So the night started off with Scotty, we mentioned it before, kind of getting on the bad thing with my stepdad, because he made fun of haggis, and my stepdad was like, he does not like haggis at all, and he's been to Scotland, and they were joking back and forth, and I was like, man, I thought they were like, they're not gonna get along, and I think it was like 20 minutes later, those two are sitting next to each other, going shot for shot with Jameson, and talking about the old country, and it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It was hilarious.
Why on earth does this sound like a Peter Griffin moment for Family Guy when he's trying to find his biological father? Of basically just drinking shots.
Oh, did you go into speakers?
Yeah. Sorry.
Ricky Bobby 2020.
Ricky Bobby. Oh wow, rain coming heavy.
More rain.
Yeah.
Down.
But it's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah, on school night.
So
Imagine right now getting drunk.
up to y'all if y'all want to keep going on stream. I can call it here for the stream, and then we can just hang out. Because I mean we're kind of deviating, anyways.
Yeah, I think we can call it here.
Okay.
I need to make just a list of just talking points.
More, I mean, this is definitely more impromptu, but I mean, it'd be cool if we could do this more regularly, maybe Friday nights.
I'm down to do that.
Like a bunch of us get together on Discord and just chat it out.
Stuff.
Yeah. And then I'll try to see if I can get some of the other guys, and we'll all plug each other's channels and Instagrams and everything while we go. So, yeah.
I need to actually make YouTube videos. I think I'm gonna for Christmas or my birthday. I'm gonna see if I can get a camera and actually for Rev or for other events actually start recording again.
Yeah.
Because for Rev especially, I think I get some interesting. Again, it's probably not going to be a lot of me doing kill tricks, but just some of the weird ass shit that happens around the table would be great for just a fun little documentary. So I'm gonna see if I can find a good camera.
Yeah.
And do that for whatever comes next, wherever fertile.
Yeah. Well, until then, I think maybe next time, I will figure out a way to live stream from my phone or something at the party, and go around and just kind of ask people questions and stuff like that and talk about the event. It's up to everybody else though. I mean, it's it's a privacy thing.
Please wait until Phoenix is super drunk and then ask him the dumbest question.
God.
Oh, so you mean 2 in the afternoon?
Party. Oh man,
Yeah,
that was insane.
He got trashed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, who left? Andy.
Huh? Did I leave again?
Yeah, you got
he says
booted
he's
for
still
some
there.
reason.
Don't you?
It's weird. It says he's still in the chat.
Oh shit.
I
That
just
was
don't hear
weird.
him in the background.
That was weird. Nah.
Yeah, he came back in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear him in the background because he's in the room with me.
Because I'm in the room with him.
It's the call's coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, when the stranger calls.
But yeah, it's been good. It's good chat with everyone again. Just trying to stay sane during all these crazy times and having
Definitely. I think if we don't do something on the weekend of the party and stuff, we can definitely plan to do something future Fridays or something, and maybe, like you said, put together a list of topics and stuff like that, because we have a bunch of stories that we never really got into, and talking about we did talk about our gear and stuff, but it'd be cool if we could set things up
guns.
to
Yeah.
talk about the guns, the gear some more, and how we made them and stuff like that.
Ideas for the future and kind of our idea behind them. But
and lore.
Fair warning. Fair warning to everyone at the party. We could be answering these questions drunk.
Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Pure drunk.
Good lord, I can imagine just
watching
watching
that
that video.
I'm just gonna drink a bunch of water.
I am going to Taco Bell. Okay. Fair
No,
warning.
if you're going there before
Fair
the
warning,
party,
everyone at the party.
you might as well shit before you get there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Taco Bell is indigestion, like, central.
Upset stomach.
Major
Diarrhea.
bowels of diarrhea.
Well, I hope I hope Phoenix fixes his toilet before we get there,
Oh,
because
God.
he was having trouble. He's having trouble with one of the ones
He
downstairs.
just
so
needs to buy a part. That's all he has to
know.
do. And I told
He needs-
him. And he's like, I'll get to it eventually. I'm like,
Trevor, I
"Sure
need to
you will."
invest more. I need to invest more points for him in mechanics
Apparently.
before we can fix that.
Yep.
The plumber skill.
I just hope it's not like a Dumb and Dumber moment. Just one guy has the shits, and then just blowing up that toilet, and then just broken.
I mean, as far as... So, the paddle came off. Is what happened.
Oh yeah.
And that's what needs to be replaced. But real quick, I want to just wrap things up with the stream. We
Sure.
can chat a bit afterwards. So yeah, this has been Overseer of the Overseer's Logs, with
Supposedly.
a bunch of my friends from the Wasteland, the Merchant, Captain
Hey.
America, Hard Hat. We're hoping to eventually get more people as time goes on, in and out, whenever someone's available, basically. I'll always be here at least. But yeah, next time we might be doing some wild party nonsense, or if that doesn't work out, we'll have another session like this, and we'll get into the details of either our characters or the lore or our experiences during these events some more, and gear and all sorts of other things. So definitely look forward to that, guys. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think.
Follow me on OnlyFans.
And I plugged a couple of the others that we know as well. So give them a look. I'll probably try to link them in the description after things get settled down and I have the time. But it's been a good night, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overseer and gang are out for the night.
Later.
Goodbye.